Hey guys, welcome back. I think this is episode 9 of Hub Happenings. It's getting kind of hard to remember which episode we're on, but I think it's episode 9. So welcome back. Missed you, always. This week we are on part 2 of what I told you about last week, which is our two-part Avinger winner series. This week we're following Patrick and Kim, who just started a business called Just Play. And so that's really all I have to say in this intro because you know what's happening already, and we're going to go into them talking to you guys a little bit about Just Play, and that's about it. It's basically the same format as last episode. Their timeline is very similar to that of So Change, but they have a completely different business idea that's actually really, really cool. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. Before you watch, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to see, and without further ado, let's get on with the video.
Hey, I'm Patrick Sullivan. I'm a sophomore, class of 2021.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm a sophomore. Just Play is a company or an organization that makes art tools for kids with special needs. So it makes art tools for kids with cerebral palsy and kids with Down syndrome.
So we met at 3 Day Startup. I'd seen you around, but we essentially just sat at the same table. And Kim, you started describing your experience last summer at a camp for children with disabilities, and how they just couldn't play like other kids. And sort of we went from there and pitched it to the group, and it was one of the 4 or 5 finalists.
Yeah, 4-ish, I think. Yeah. So I went to the 3 Day Startup because I never seen myself as an entrepreneur. I have never done anything like econ or accounting related. So I was just curious to see what exactly it is. And originally my idea was to create a company that just makes toys specialized and accessible to kids with special needs. And then Patrick and I, we developed it and then we worked at it until it became just art tools for kids with special needs.
It's just play, and it's just in the sense of justice, equality, and just in the sense of just play.
So after the 3 Day Startup, I still cared about toys for kids, and it was still a thing that I cared about. But the idea itself, I can't say I was thinking of developing it into something bigger. And then Liz told us about the Avinger, and Patrick forwarded me the email. I read it and I'm oh, this is cool. This is a cool opportunity. And then I looked at other people who had won the Avinger before, and I was no way, we're gonna win this. I didn't feel our idea was good enough to make it. And then Patrick emails me and he's so positive, okay, let's do it, let's apply for it.
So after we were notified that we were finalists for the Avinger program, we were brought in for a quick interview, about a half an hour, with Liz and a few other entrepreneurs, including Jay Hurt and Robert Avinger.
Yeah.
And we essentially explained our concept and our plans to move forward, how we would go about utilizing the funds. And they were pretty excited, apparently, and we were told, I think a day or two later, that we had received the grant money to pursue our idea.
So he texted me congratulations or something, and I'm what are you talking about? What is it? And then as soon as I said it, I was should I check my email? And then I checked and I saw we had gotten it. It was just disbelief, what the hell? Wow, this is amazing. This is huge, So coming here afterwards, accepting and meeting people and all, I was wow, this is real. This is awesome.
I think I called my parents after I texted you, and they were shocked too, because they hadn't even known that I had really applied for this.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You got almost $8,000 to do what now?" And I was very excited, and am still very excited that we can pursue this. At this point, our prototype markup is a modular art tool that's weighted and features interchangeable tips, so colored pencils, paintbrushes, markers, and we also, you can see, a stabilized easel to go on the table, so children won't have any trouble with involuntary movements when trying to make some art of their own. And there's also a built-in paint palette within the easel for easy use. And we also plan on including a user manual and advice manual compiled from parents to make life easier and make art easier.
So what we basically wanted to do, like our prototype, was develop an art tool that can stay in the hand of like a child with cerebral palsy, because their hands like move involuntarily, and like the pens and the brushes just like go flying across the room like most of the time. So we wanted to create something that would stay in their hand, something that was weighted, that would like stabilize the hand and like stay in place when they're doing art, so like stuff doesn't go like flying all over the place. And for like the noise and like the child with Down syndrome, they learn better in like music, they learn better with like sound. So if they're gonna be like, you know, invested in their art and like doing art for like an hour or like 2 hours, then they're saving like that little thing that's making music is gonna like help them focus better.
In terms of next steps, we are first and foremost focused on customer discovery and market research. So I think our first major endeavor will be taking a trip, probably a train, out to Raleigh to meet with one of our mentors, Michelle, who was on the 3-day startup panel, and who's also on the Avinger selection committee, and meeting with a friend of hers who is involved with special needs resources there, because she has a child with CP, and we want to interview, gather information from the communities there, and also from her organization there, as well as locally, and continue sort of online and sort of institutional, like actual data research about how to best construct our product before we start prototyping, probably next year. We just wanted to, in closing, ask that if you know of any parents, families with kids with special needs, just maybe reach out to them and have them contact us, just so we can make our product as good as it can possibly be.
And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed episode 9 of Hub Happenings. I think that Just Play is like one of the coolest ideas ever, so I'm really excited to see what they do with that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that's all. Again, make sure to reach out to Kim and Patrick if you have any help that you think you can give them to help develop their idea. And that's it. So we'll see you next week on episode 10 of Hub Happenings, and have a great week.